Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. We have World War II just been released. Today I'm going to talk about all I can about Call of Duty World War II. In this video particularly, I'm going to be covering the campaign, but later in today's videos I'm going to be covering the multiplayer and the zombies aspects of the game as well. But right now, let's focus on the campaign. I am so sold on this game. It was truly a great reveal event, and they really sold it for me. Now, what actually sold it for me? Well, here's the thing. As they were kind of showcasing their game, talking about their game, everyone liked to make fun of them at the time, but they said it was visceral. But the whole theme that they were going with was real and authentic, and you believed these characters and that they shared a bond and that sort of thing. So what this leads me to believe is that this is not so much a war-driven story, but this is a character-driven story with a war as a background. We get to see who these people are, and we get to create emotional bonds with them in the backdrop of the war. This is the reason that I really love the Infinite Warfare campaign, because the Infinite Warfare campaign was about the characters and the decisions you made as the characters, and the war was just a backdrop that forced you to make those choices and decisions, and you grew from it. You emotionally invested in these people, and it was a really good campaign. And if they go the same route with this one, that's awesome. Now, there is the downside that this is World War II, and the fact that we've seen this before, you know, in Big Red One and the older Call of Duties, we've seen World War II be portrayed and that sort of thing, and I would take a problem with that, and I think a little part of me doesn't like the fact that it is World War II. However, if what I'm saying is true, that they're focusing on the characters rather than the war, then it's going to be a different style of campaign. Whereas Call of Duty in the past has been about the war and portraying the events of the war, this is what it looks like, what I think it might be, portraying the events of the war, but also how it affected the people actually in it. And I think with that shift of emphasis, that is going to bring us a new experience to Call of Duty that I really quite like. But the last thing that I really liked about this live stream is that, much like Infinity Ward with Infinite Warfare Zombies, these guys know exactly what tone they're going for. And one thing that I was worried about, and still am worried about, is how they would treat the World War II setting. When they were speaking about it, you could tell that they had such a reverence, such a respect for the people of that era and the time period. They went out of their way to make it as authentic and real and to give them that respect. And that tone, that feeling, I think is going to be nothing but beneficial this year for Call of Duty. You know, hopefully, I pray and hope that we don't have ridiculous camos and dabbing and all that ridiculous stuff, because they need to keep that respect there for the time period. That could be awesome. Now, I know, of course, people always, the developers always say, this is one of the best games we've ever created, you know, we're making the best game that we possibly can. With Sledgehammer, they outright said that they think this is the best game they have ever made. Not best Call of Duty game they've ever made, best game they have ever made. That has some weight to it, because it didn't seem, at least to me, the way I read it was, it didn't seem like that typical marketing stuff as, oh yeah, this is a great game. It made it seem like this is their best that they have ever made, and that is interesting to me. I want to see that. I mean, it's obvious they're passionate about it, which is something that I really quite like, and I want to see that, and hopefully we can follow through with that. So anyway, as far as the campaign goes, I'm excited to follow these groups of people during the events of World War II rather than just follow the events of World War II. So I'm excited for the campaign. What do you guys think of the campaign? Be sure to subscribe for information about, or my thoughts about the zombies mode and the multiplayer mode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next absolutely beautiful, and it is beautiful, Call of Duty morning. I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.